Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Outcasts Podcast. I'm your temporary host, Jack Powers, and I am joined today by Jake Shelley, Whit Ives, and Jack Salmon. We are here to talk some NBA basketball. The playoffs just kicked off. First round still in the works. So far, we've had two series that are almost over, basically over, in the Cavs and Warriors. And the rest are, I'd say, still mostly up for grabs.
Well, first of all, are we surprised that the two series that are almost over are the Cavs and Warriors? Yes or no?
No, because that is the finals, Cavs versus Warriors.
Predetermined.
Yeah, I agree. But the one seed in the East is having a little bit of trouble.
My Celtics did not show up well in the. Well, I think they played well in the first game. Only lost by
then
4.
you're wrong.
However, the Bulls played better.
That's true.
You're being outdone by a caveman and Rajon Rondo.
And a
no
40-year-old.
longer Rajon Rondo.
Yes, let's talk about that real quick. Rajon Rondo, as some people say.
Who Jake hated in the beginning.
I hated Rondo at the beginning of the year. Because he didn't produce producing.
For good reason.
Yeah, he's in the playoffs. He's like a superhuman.
He's vintage Celtics Rondo right now.
No.
He is.
How? You can't say that. He's not doing spinning behind the back passes.
No, but he's facilitating it. He was facilitating.
Okay.
Wait, no,
offense.
don't even compare what Rondo's doing with the Bulls to what Rondo did with the Celtics.
Thank you.
Compared to what he did earlier in the year.
Do it.
Well, there's two Rondos.
Remember that Rondo play where LeBron was going for the chase down block and he just went swoop behind the back?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. That's vintage Rondo.
There are two Rondos that you can become. You can become Dallas Mavericks Rondo, or you can become old Celtics Rondo.
DirecTV Rondo and cable Rondo.
The Rondo that's on the Bulls right now,
Too good.
in the first two games, was more towards, yes, your Celtics throwback Rondo. But
what about the Rondo in Game 3?
the Rondo, there was no Rondo in Game 3, so let's talk about that. He fractured his thumb. And he's out for a couple of weeks, which has all Bulls fans, of course.
Seeing green.
No, we're not seeing green. We're just seeing more red because we're scared. I think that the way Chicago is playing cannot hold up. Jimmy Butler had 4 points going into the fourth quarter in Game 3.
Finished with 14. Yeah,
so hopefully we can see more out of him today, because by the time that this podcast gets out there, it's probably going to be... who cares? Over or close to being over. But Isaiah Thomas has not played well.
No.
That is true. You can't.
Amir Johnson is not playing well. He got benched for Game 3. Green started for him.
And played pretty well.
Yeah, he did. He did, all things considered. Dwayne Wade is playing out of his mind for the Bulls. That's good to see. But the Bulls can't keep this up. I think this game's going to go to 7. And probably going to end in a Celtics victory. Just kidding. The Bulls are winning today. And then they're going to march back into Boston and say, boys, series over. And you will be seeing the Chicago Bulls taking on the winner of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. And let's talk about that real quick.
Actually, they play
That
Washington,
series is-
Atlanta. But
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
we'll just forget that ever happened.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
telling you, the Cavs, as the 2 seed, had the easier road to the finals than the 1 seed Celtics.
I disagree.
That's why they lost. They did it on purpose.
No, I disagree.
joking, by
If
the
you
way.
guys have to play Milwaukee, you're in trouble.
Jack, tell me, what's the one team you're scared of in the East
I've been
as a Cavs fan?
Milwaukee because of Giannis.
Exactly.
But that first round matchup, the Bulls are substantially better than the Pacers. Pacers suck.
Yeah. I think the Cavs Bulls series would go quite a ways, I think.
Yeah,
Only
4
because
games.
no. Only because Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler plays LeBron very well every single time.
But he's LeBron. There's a difference between regular season LeBron and playoff LeBron.
Okay.
Nobody's beating LeBron in the first round. Nobody's even going to come close.
Chicago Bulls will.
They won't.
would.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I'm just saying, when we meet in the Eastern Conference Championship, then there's going to be some...
Okay, those
All right, well,
hopes are a bit too high.
The Bulls have to get through Boston the rest of the way first.
And that's going to be
It's not
happening.
going to happen.
What?
I'm going to come in with my vastly great NBA expertise here and say that the Bulls will not get by Boston.
Yeah,
because
they're-
Isaiah Thomas is going to rebound because he hasn't played well yet.
Well, part of the reason he hasn't played well
Well, yeah,
is...
he's all... Yeah, that's something.
No, but it's just because he's too small. Like,
I
the
thought
Bulls
you
are
were
just
talking about
guarding
Sixers.
him well.
Yeah, Rondo guarded him well. And then as soon as Rondo went off and was on the bench, they put Jimmy Butler on him, and that was just, he's not getting anything. I think the difference maker in this series is Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley is being guarded sometimes by Nikola Mirotic, who, if you take a step to your left, he's going to go the other way. Terrible defender. Shoots the ball every single time he catches it. If he's on, I love him. If he's off, he's an idiot. But the big Croatian and the caveman, Robin Lopez, are going to be the difference makers for the Bulls, where the Celtics, Avery Bradley, if he's hot, I think the series is over, because Isaiah Thomas can't do it all, and you're not getting any production down low. I mean, Jay Crowder's the only guy who's been consistent for the Celtics so far.
Horford, but he's...
How?
Horford's bad.
Horford, the first 2 games, was trash.
He's heated up, though. I mean, 18
Yeah, but that's
points,
not consistent.
8 boards, 6 assists.
That was in Game 3.
Yeah.
He didn't show any of that in the first 2 games. That's not consistent at all. Look
But
at Jay Crowder's
it's
stats.
a bad sign. It's a bad sign for you guys, though, because Bradley also played game-high minutes for Boston in Game 3.
Okay.
And 15 points, 7 boards, 7 assists.
Everybody has a good game. It's all about consistency in the playoffs. It's how LeBron is remembered as one of the greatest playoff performers, because he's consistent. He's going to go out there. He's going to take over. Jay Crowder is the only one on that team that's been consistent, I feel. Except, well, maybe Amir Johnson sucking, but...
Yeah, first 2 games, Thomas was consistent.
Let's talk about another series. This Grizzlies and Spurs series is actually heated up.
That game was fun.
It was. Marc Gasol with the game winner last night with 0.7 seconds left in overtime with an ugly runner. But he got to go. Grizzlies tied up the series against Kawhi, the superstar, 2-2. Any thoughts from that series that you're seeing that have you surprised?
The only thing that I haven't really seen much, and just is basically the Spurs are clearly better, but you know, it's not like Memphis is bad. Like, Conley and Gasol are both good, but
And Zach Randolph's been playing.
yeah, this series will go 6 now. The Grizzlies aren't winning this series.
I don't
Grizzlies
know.
look like a scrappy team. They just look like tough and like they're not going to go down without a
Would you
fight.
say they're almost resembling a grizzly bear?
Now, I never thought of that, but given their name, that's very original of you.
Whoever came up with that.
Isn't the Grizzlies, isn't that the coach who went off and said how it's unfair that like that Kawhi
Coach
gets all
Fizdale.
Fizdale.
that Kawhi gets all the calls, and
I
then
thought
he
it was
got
great,
fined,
and then
Mike Conley was like, "We're paying."
He dropped the mic and said, "Take that for data," or something like that.
And then he talked about how Kawhi's a robot.
Yeah, and he said that he
Funny.
bleeds antifreeze.
What a guy.
What a great
That's
guy.
impossible because if you bleed antifreeze, you're probably
Not if you're a robot.
We talk about Brody.
Yes, we can talk about Russell Westbrook. So
Now I do what I want.
the Thunder and Rockets series has been about what everybody expected it to be, with Russell Westbrook getting his 50-point triple-doubles and James Harden cooking Oklahoma City big men.
And neither one of them playing anything that resembles defense.
Yep. Whit, can you drop the final scores from the first 3 games?
Yeah, alright. So let's see here. The latest game, OKC's victory, 115-113.
Okay.
And then, let's see, let's get the other ones up here.
Go. The next one's a blowout, right?
Yeah, no.
never mind.
Game 2 was Houston, 115-111.
Mm-hmm.
Take it back.
And then... Oh, wrong one. And then this was the blowout. Game 1, 118-87.
Huh.
Fancy that.
So, I think that's probably how this... I would predict that that's more how the series is going to finish out.
Yeah, I
for
mean, the
Houston.
Thunder stole a game
Yeah.
against Houston.
Well, also,
One-
Houston had a very good chance to win that.
Yeah,
Harden
that was a
Harden
horrible
got
shot selection
Yeah.
by Harden.
Harden wanted to win it with a 3 in Houston. He just wanted to be the hero. But, yeah. I mean, that was close. I want Oklahoma City to win because I still deep down want to see the Thunder play the Warriors in the playoffs.
I do too.
most of me knows it won't happen, and the
Well, I
Rockets
don't
are
know.
the better team.
If the Grizzlies somehow manage to beat the Spurs and the Thunder advance,
Ooh.
the Thunder can beat the Grizzlies.
Well, yeah, because then you're being outplayed big man, and because I think Steven Adams is as good as a big man as Marcus Gasol.
That's wrong.
I disagree. I
That's wrong.
stand
That's
by.
wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's
Jack
wrong.
has made his voice clear.
Steven Adams is good. Marcus Gasol is like a top 3 center.
Okay,
in the
but yeah,
NBA.
would you rather have Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams or Mike Conley and Marcus Gasol?
I would rather have Russell Westbrook.
There you go.
I would rather have Russell Westbrook alone.
Steven Adams is
Steven
on
Adams.
Russell Westbrook's team.
But I would rather have Westbrook alone than Conley and Gasol.
Okay, I think we're stretching this to a place I didn't want it to go, but that's okay. All I know is that it is a excite. You know what? I'm just done speaking. You
All
guys.
So, I don't think. Yeah, the Warriors are gonna. They're beating. They didn't have their best player and their coach yesterday, and they still won.
Yeah, that's how good the Warriors
Wait,
are.
where's their coach?
He's like
He's
about
sick.
to die. He's like so sick. He's not
Yeah,
really about to
Steve
die.
Kerr also has a really bad back, so
Back.
Wonder why his back is bad.
To all the doobies.
I don't.
wasn't expecting that one.
That doesn't make sense.
Steve Kerr is a good coach, not necessarily a great role model. That's what I'll say.
All I'm
Anyway, we're back here. We were talking about, I believe, Russell Westbrook.
yeah.
Right now, I mean, I think the MVP's probably got to go to him.
I think
being,
it's gonna go to Westbrook, and this is why, because he's averaging a triple double, and it seems so, like it's so unheard of, and he set the record for most triple doubles in a season. Like the numbers he's put up are ridiculous. Even though what Harden has done has been just as good. It's like the equivalent of like hitting for the Triple Crown in baseball. It's just like
Okay.
something you don't see very often.
I'm gonna compare this to baseball here.
Oh boy.
Who was the best pitcher in the AL last year?
Justin Verlander,
Who won the Cy Young?
Rick
Rick
Porcello.
Porcello.
Why did he win the Cy Young?
Because his team won more games because he has
Because
better offense.
he had a better win-loss record. That win-loss record is very similar to the triple doubles. The best pitcher, example, so the best player in the league is LeBron James. It's not even close.
That's
wow, that
correct.
just threw my head.
He
for a
should
loop.
win the MVP.
That's like
But,
the
okay,
okay,
all right,
back
wait.
to baseball. It's like the Mike Trout comparison. How like Mike Trout is on a different level every year as everyone else. You could make an argument that Trout is the MVP every year in baseball.
Yeah.
Just like you could say the same thing about LeBron.
LeBron James should have won every MVP he's been in the league
I feel like
since
they're
his
judged
second
on
year.
different levels because they're just so good.
All right. But so here's the problem though. The award itself of most valuable player has become in the NBA the best player.
I completely disagree.
No, but
does the V
that's who
stand for?
people vote for though. That's
Nobody in their right mind thinks Russell Westbrook's better than LeBron.
this year.
Nobody does.
I don't know about that.
Last year
do.
we had the problem. It was the MVP, Steph Curry, the unanimous MVP versus the best player in the world in the finals. Think about that. Think about that sentence. The unanimous MVP versus the best player in the world.
Who won?
The best player in the world. The guy who should win MVP every year.
I agree that he should win MVP every
Wait, so
year.
then which side are you
But
on?
I disagree because if we're
Welcome
talking
back.
about most valuable player,
Welcome back, Jake.
most valuable player for one's team would be Russell Westbrook.
But
this year.
valuable is
We
an
had this
arbitrary
argument
term.
in the in the
Okay,
NFL.
but then that's not on us. Then that's on the league.
The Cavs
If you
haven't
take-
won
if
a
you
game
take-
this year without LeBron.
If you take Russell Westbrook out of OKC, they're like they've won like 5 games.
The
If
Cavs
you
have
take
won
LeBron,
0 without LeBron.
it doesn't matter because
But
if
I
you
just
still have
use your own
Kyrie
logic.
and
You
Kevin
just
Love,
you just use
how many
logic.
games? But he sat out like when he sits out, so do the other stars like Love and Kyrie. They all sit at the
Exactly.
same time.
But
if you played
You're resting 4 guys
Kyrie,
compared to
if
Russell
you played
Westbrook.
Kyrie, Love, Korver,
You are punishing
the
an
team
individual
surrounded
award
by
with this
LeBron
team.
is so much better than
You
the
are
team
looking,
surrounded
you are
that
looking
Russell
at
Westbrook
a
is surrounded by.
team for an individual award. MVP is an individual award, not a team award.
I know. I know, and I'm saying in regards to how much they mean for their team.
It's
Maybe
even
not in the
close.
playoffs. I know in the playoffs LeBron is on a different level, but I feel like this year Russell Westbrook
If you
meant a
look
lot
at
more to
everything-
them.
Hold on. Maybe I wasn't clear earlier. Okay, I
I
think
just heard something you said that Westbrook's better than LeBron.
no,
That's what I got too.
That's wrong.
The issue here is that this in an individual year, not over the course of a career or whatever, however many previous years you want to look back. This year, what a lot of people are looking at is that Russell Westbrook has averaged a triple-double, set the single-season record for most triple-doubles in a season.
Why is triple-double equal MVP?
Okay, I'm not saying it should. No part of me is saying, yep, Westbrook should just get it. He got a triple-double.
Well, what does LeBron do that makes him MVP?
Play defense.
Okay, continue. Keep going.
Defense is half the game.
Keep going.
That's
I
the
asked
thing
you to say more than just defense.
He is a better rebounder when it comes to contested rebounds.
Okay, how tall is he?
6'8".
Okay,
But-
how tall is Russell Westbrook?
But you can't put him on different standards. You're putting him on different standards.
How?
You're saying
I'm asking you questions.
you can't say, oh well, obviously he has more rebounds. He's taller.
That's not what I'm
putting.
saying.
That's what you just said.
I asked him how tall he was, and I asked how tall Russell
6'8".
Westbrook
I think
was.
Westbrook is 6'4".
Okay.
6'3".
6'3". Yeah. So you have to put all the players on the same standard, the same scale.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Russell Westbrook does not have the pieces around him that could create points and create stats for him that LeBron does.
Let's switch their roles. Let's say OKC has LeBron.
Okay.
And Cleveland has Russell Westbrook.
Well, they wouldn't have him because Kyrie
Let's
would...
play.
Okay,
We're
well,
playing
then
a
Kyrie's
hypothetical
gone.
game.
Kyrie's gone.
playing-
No, the
hypothetical.
exact same team. Kyrie moves to the 2. The exact same team.
Okay.
OKC is a better team.
No.
You're just wrong.
How?
Because LeBron single-handedly brought arguably the worst team. The 2007 Cavs made the finals. That's way more.
That's also 2007.
So
I'm
it's
talking about this year.
2017.
I'd rather have Russell Westbrook and Kyrie Irving with Kevin Love.
no
on
but
the same
But
team.
we're talking single-player comparison. Don't.
You just asked if we switch them and
Yeah.
put them on different teams.
Yeah, which team would do better? Don't say, you can't be like, well, obviously I'd rather have the team with better players. Who would help their team more?
Russell Westbrook.
Who would you rather build your team around? Who would you build your team around? If you say anybody on the earth besides LeBron James, you're wrong. LeBron James doesn't need help. He doesn't. They just played the fourth quarter and he had no help. Kevin Love and Kyrie sat
That
on
is
the
true. I do
bench.
want to talk about that. So tell us what
LeBron James single-handedly come back. Russell Westbrook's not that good. He should not win MVP. LeBron should win MVP every
Okay.
year,
Oh
every
my
single
God.
year.
Hear me
If
out.
you let me
Hear
finish,
out.
if you let me finish the point that I've been trying to
Kawhi
make.
Leonard. is
Kawhi
my
Leonard should be second for MVP. Second for MVP.
Offense and defense.
Okay, well, we'll ask you listeners out there, however many of you.
6.
We're going to send a
1,000.
poll out there. Who is the MVP? And then we can put
I'll
this
send it
together.
right now.
Yeah, you shoot it out there right now. Give it
Okay.
Kawhi, Westbrook, and
Well, they're obviously going to
LeBron.
vote. They're going to vote Westbrook because people are in awe of triple doubles when that's only half the game.
Right, because the
yeah,
MVP
but you have
award,
to honor something that hasn't been done since the 1960s.
Yeah, you don't have to honor that with the
But,
MVP.
okay, so
Why not?
but the MVP award no longer just means most valuable; it means best player this year.
I legitimately think LeBron James was the best player this year because he was. And it wasn't even close.
This year,
Efficiency.
This year and every year, he is the most valuable player.
And the best.
But based on statistics, this year,
That's,
Russell
you're
Westbrook
wrong.
was
You're
How?
wrong.
offensively freakishly insane.
Offensively, I will-
LeBron didn't average a triple-double. Westbrook did.
Westbrook
This-
has the ball way more.
Okay.
But you just said that the stats were not... Okay, you know what?
Okay,
You're like-
so the problem with the MVP award is that if we go by literally what it means, the most valuable player, it will go and should go to LeBron James every single year since his second season in
Yeah.
the league. Okay, I agree with that. That is 100% the case. He is the most valuable player in basketball. But there are outlying seasons where people have better statistics than him. And unfortunately, the MVP award has become who's the best player this year, not who's the most valuable, who's the best player is
LeBron.
Stat-wise.
LeBron
Stat-
is shooting
Statistically.
54%.
Now,
Westbrook,
you're
42.
looking at percentage. I'm talking 3 stats. Points,
That's
rebounds,
stupid.
assists.
But
That's
that is what
stupid.
the fans look at.
But I'm not arguing who the idiot fans want to win.
Oh,
I'm
you can't
arguing
call
who
them
should
idiots.
win.
Okay, then there you go.
It's not even close. Russell Westbrook is going to win the MVP, but it's undeserved.
I
That's
don't
right,
know if you can
because
say it's undeserved.
because your definition of MVP is the most valuable player.
No, the best player.
You didn't say... Okay,
The
we're
best
done.
and
We're done.
valuable.
No, no, no,
He's
no, no, no,
both.
no, 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 no. We're done. We're done.
He's
We're done.
the best
Let's
and
talk
most
about
valuable player in the history of sports.
The most hated team by God, and that would be the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, by God, yes.
He hates them. So, who is it this year? Spin the wheel. Tell Siri to flip a coin.
Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
Okay, heads.
Blake Griffin.
It's Blake Griffin. If it landed on tails, it was CP3. But they're up 2-1 on a Utah Jazz team that lost Rudy Gobert, one of the game's best young forwards. Do we see him being a franchise player?
He already is. He's probably.
I don't know. Gordo.
Well, he's probably going to Celtics this year, right? Get Brad Stevens, get the gang back together.
The Butler
I
gang.
would love that. I would absolutely love that.
What's the guy? What was their name? Teddy. Didn't they have a guy named? Oh no, not
Shelvin
Teddy.
Mack.
No, they had Roosevelt. Some guy named Roosevelt on
I
Butler.
don't remember.
I don't think it was Teddy Roosevelt.
No, I don't think it was Teddy Roosevelt either. But the Jazz play defense, which is something that the West hasn't seen for a while. I think that Hayward is leading a team of young guys that are hungry but not hungrier than this Clippers team that has literally been shut down every single year in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on this Clippers team?
They're
Just a broken record?
Yeah, they're stuck in limbo. Like, it's the same thing year after year. It's like, well, we're not really good enough to win the finals, but we're good enough not to tank. So
they do well in the regular season, make it to the playoffs, play pretty well. Somebody gets hurt, and then all of a sudden they're like, well,
I think we
should have tanked.
I think this is the Donald Sterling curse. Ever since that whole racist thing,
But their best player is white,
Blake Griffin's not white.
not black.
We're not starting. Okay. But even if they're fully healthy, they're never going to come out of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
They're still not
Exactly.
better than the Spurs or the Warriors.
Well,
Or the
Spurs.
Rockets.
I know the Spurs are better than the Clippers.
The Spurs are better than the Clippers.
Kawhi,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Machine Leonard.
I just meant like the way that the Spurs are playing right now. It's only Kawhi without LaMarcus Aldridge helping him out. Let's talk about
Bring back Tim.
Let's talk about some playoff performances. Points per game. James Harden is leading the way with almost 40. He's at 38.7.
Hashtag not my MVP.
Russell Westbrook right behind, 35 points. LeBron, 32.7 points. Paul George with 32. And John Wall with 32. Let's talk about
John
this.
Wall
John
has
Wall.
been playing
This
out of
Wizards
his
team.
mind.
This Wizards team could cause some trouble in the East. Only because Bradley Beal and John Wall, I will stand by the best guard duo in the NBA.
No. Maybe second best, but
To who?
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
No.
It's not even close.
Splash Brothers.
And Dame and CJ.
I was about to
Okay,
say
I
that.
guess I meant in the Eastern Conference. Because I feel like the Warriors are in an untouchable category.
I guess I could get on board with that.
Don't sleep on the Nets. Never mind.
Jeremy.
Is he even on that team?
He's on the Nets, yeah.
Where in the world is Jeremy Lin?
Jeremy Lin and
Wait, this just hit me. How did the Hornets not make the playoffs?
'Cause
Where's
they're
my
not
boy
that
Kemba
good.
Walker?
They choked.
they're not that good.
They had a
They have Kemba.
4-game lead on the Pacers and the Bulls for the 8th seed going into the last 2 weeks of the regular season and just lost it.
Nice. Okay. Well.
John Wall is also averaging 11.5 assists per game. He's producing.
Did you see the move he put on last night? Behind
Yeah.
the back, left-handed.
Well, did you see his
at
block in
top
game
speed.
2?
He's just playing. Like, it's weird. The Wizards have kind of been like the Clippers, like you were talking about. Like they're too good to tank, and they've invested in like this John Wall, Bradley Beal thing, but they haven't like gone over the hump and proven that they're good in the playoffs. They're good beyond the first round.
I think what's getting them over the hump, well, temporarily right now, is Markieff Morris.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a beast.
He's also
downstairs.
talking trash.
Yeah, he is. Paul Millsap said after the game that the Wizards are playing MMA and we're playing basketball. What are your thoughts on that statement?
salty.
Yeah, he's just salty after a loss. Like, is he really mad they're playing physical basketball?
I don't know.
Well,
We were just talking earlier about how the league is soft. I agree with that.
The
But
league is soft.
when
And
when
it's
the Wizards
weird.
come to town, ooh.
The Bullets. The Washington Bullets. You know things are bad.
Bring back the Bullets uniforms for a playoff game.
I think it's so funny.
That's intimidation.
It's hilarious that they had to change their name just because, like, there were too many murders in D.C. So they had to change their name from the Bullets.
Well, you know, politics get in the way of everything. That's all I'm saying.
These damn liberals.
Oh.
Trim.
That's gonna do it for our NBA. I gotta let you take us out.
That's gonna do it for our NBA podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Outcasts Pod. Subscribe to our iTunes channel.
There you go.
And subscribe to our SoundCloud channel.
Hey,
Our sound what?
SoundCloud channel.
The tweet has been put out. Let us know who you think is the MVP
Yeah.
if you made it this far.
Waiting for things to get heated, but I think it's gonna be the same old Warriors Cavs in the finals.
Cavs in 4.
That's not even a question. I mean, it's gonna be
Cavs.
C-Red. C-Red. That's all I'm saying. All right,
Bulls,
thanks,
Grizzlies.
guys. Thanks,
Peace
guys.
out, guys.